We are live, coming to you live from the balcony of the penthouse suite here in the Philippines, my friends. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. It's such a beautiful day here. I can't complain about anything. Somebody let me know in the chat box if the audio is okay. Miguel Cruz, hello, how you doing, my friend? Looks like you're checking in from the UK. Check all my technical equipment here. Not sure if we're good to go or not. Oh, it's good? All right, thanks, Miguel. Thank you very much, my friend. All right, Long Beach, California. Jiao Bao, loud and clear. All right. Hope everybody's doing wonderful wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call the Earth. My friends, thanks for joining me on today's video. Florida to the Philippines checking in. Faroe Islands. Man, how's the internet situation in the Faroe Islands? I've studied a little bit about the Faroe Islands, but you got fiber optic internet over there in Faroe where I can come over there and upload some YouTube videos. I'd love to come over there. San Marcos, California. Checking in. Folks, welcome to the video. I got up this morning feeling fresh and crisp. Sitting here just drinking a little coffee, enjoying this beautiful sunny day. And well, thank you very much, Miguel. I'm glad you enjoyed that live stream. A little coffee. So I got up this morning, folks, and little Forrest G got up in a bad mood. Sometimes when he don't sleep real good all night, he wakes up, he's in a bad mood, and you can read him like a book. If he's in a bad mood, it just means he needs to get something to eat and then put him back into bed. I guess we're all like that, but anyhow. So I was Sammy in Texas checking in. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? So the Faroe Islands has got great internet. Okay. I may have to check out moving to the Faroe Islands, taking the live streams and the live show, coming to you live from the Faroe Islands. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I was sitting at my desk, If you didn't check out, maybe I didn't give you enough time, but I uploaded a video, did a video about this castle that's for sale in Montana. Oh, folks, it would be a great place to have the Overstay Road Saloon. But aside from that aspect of it, it's just an interesting story. This dude built this castle in the mountains of Montana on the Bitterroot River. And if you read that story, if you listen to the video, I tell the story that I found on one article from back in '02. Boom! Shaka-laka-laka! Miguel Cruz, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Oh, look at there. Boom! Where did that thing come from? Thank you very much for that beer, bro. So, I read the story in the video. But the dude said he's going to put a monument to himself out by the road that said, 2 divorces, 2 wives and 2 divorces, and I still have my castle. I don't know how in the heck he got away with that, but he did. According to him, during building this castle, he had 2 wives, 2 divorces, and neither one of them ladies got his castle. Now, folks, let me just give a disclaimer. The iPhone just went to the dim mode, which may mean that it's overheating already out here. That's why you can't really do live streams in the middle of the day here in the Philippines. The damn iPhone will overheat and shut down. So if this live stream suddenly gets cut short, it's because the iPhone did a thermal shutdown on me. I got it here in the shade. All right, back to the purpose of the video. Old lady handed me water bill this morning, 184 pesos, which is about $3.78 US money. So people always asking me about cost of living, and like I said before in the video, I just assume there's so many cost of living videos out there. Why would anybody be interested in how much I pay for my bills? But it is a frequent question, so I'm gonna let you know. When my bills come in, I'll let you know. So 184 pesos. Sound like a goddamn chainsaw going down the road. 184 pesos, which is $3.78 in US money. Now we have a small 2-bedroom apartment. There's basically, just say 4 of us here most of the time. We got 1 bathroom, 1 CR. Obviously do a lot of cooking. But that's what our water bill is. $3.78 for the month. When the electric bill comes in, I'll let you know what it is, but I'll give you a hint. It's roughly 150 US dollars per month. Now that is outrageous. It is totally outrageous to have a $150 electric bill here when you don't have to. Now you have to follow me. We run the aircon, a little wall unit at night. So that thing gets run about 12 to 16 hours a day. We run it when the babies sleep. Probably 4 hours a day on a big screen TV, and I've got all these gadgets plugged in constantly. But 150 bucks there's no excuse for that. We can cut that in half and not really miss a beat. But when the electric bill comes in, I will share that with you guys. But that's what the purpose of today's video is. Folks, I got hit with a $3.78 water bill. My heart started fluctuating. I got all nervous. I said, oh my God, how am I gonna pay this $3.78 water bill? But that's what it came in at, folks. I see somebody putting, let's see, you had a $63 water bill in Illinois. And let's not discuss the beer budget. And folks, different places, if you, say you rent a house somewhere here in the Philippines, you may have to pay something for trash service. There ain't no trash service, You got to figure that shit out on your own. Luckily here at the Penthouse Suite, our trash gets put out and there's no additional cost for the trash, and they come around every day. So I'm very fortunate on the trash service. And I know in the US sometimes the water bill contains trash service, a couple other things, but that's what I'm paying here. Now contrast the water bill and the electric bill here versus when we were staying in a $28 beach condo. And a lot of people still don't believe that, but our room at that place was 1,500 pesos per month. At the time, that was roughly 28 bucks. The fact that the dollar's down right now is, probably 30 bucks a month. Our electric bill down there was like $7 or $8 a month because we didn't have an air conditioner, and we lived underneath a mango tree, which kept that whole area was shaded. It was like free air conditioning. You had a breeze blowing through there. And our water bill was the same, $2 or $3. And like I said, I know a lot of people find that hard to believe, but that's what we were paying. 28 on the rent, 7-8 bucks electric, 3 bucks on the water bill, and we were cooking with an electric wok in that place. But we move up here to Subic, and the bills go up a little bit. So cost of living, I get emails from you guys, I get all these comments and everything about cost of living, and everybody's cost of living is going to be different no matter where you are. We all know this. All you can do is just put it out there what I'm paying in certain situations, and you can start to gauge it. Rent here is roughly 250 bucks a month. Okay, and a lot of people come and say, oh my God, you can have a house for that. Yeah, of course you can. There's some houses right up the road in Subic that a buddy of mine was looking at 5,000 pesos a month for like a little three bedroom, 2 bath house up there, $100 a month. Right up there, somewhere near the Walmart. He was showing me the photos. They were beautiful little homes. And if you really wanted to live cheap, well, you find a little room like $28 beach condo. But right now, that's what we're running. Close about $250 on my rent. I got about $3.78 on the water bill. Roughly $150 a month on the electric. And we don't pay cable or anything like that. I don't know anything about the cable because we're just an internet-based crew, obviously. Now, on my internet, I do have the fastest of the fastest of the fastest internet that you can get. It's roughly 3,500 pesos per month, so that's 20, 40, 60, 70. Just say $70 a month on internet, but that's 150 megs up and 150 megs down. You're not going to get any better internet than what I got, but that's a business expense right there. All right, so Mike says his cable bill, $252 per month, and he barely watches TV. You know what, man? When I was in America, it was the same way. You know, I'm paying $100-something for TV, and I would come home at night, maybe, most of the times I never turn the damn TV on. But like you said, barely watch TV, and you're paying for that. I don't know why anybody, I mean, if you've got perfect internet, I don't see why you need to pay that TV, man. Get rid of that. Upgrade your internet, get rid of the TV. You won't even know that you missed it. Let's see. Go back to the comments here. Yeah, man, $252. Hell, that's almost a car payment, man. Let's see. So Sean says he stayed in Barrio Barreto from December to March. He was spending $400 a month, so 20,000 pesos. Okay, now, yeah, about 400. Now, my buddy Dennis, shout out to you, Dennis. Hey, man, hope you're doing well over there in Angeles, buddy. And Dennis, I assure you, man, I quit drinking, brother. That live stream last night, I don't know what you saw or what you were hearing. But I quit drinking. I'm just sitting here having my coffee now. But I think Dennis was staying over on Boyd Beach at a place for $20,000 a month. A lot of these hotels here will give you a monthly rate, and obviously it's all in. You've got everything in. You're not signing a lease or anything like that. $20,000 a month, like $400. You can find a pretty decent hotel room, you know, for a monthly rate. And we've done that several times before, and it works out well because you're free to travel. You know, you're not locked into a lease. You don't have to sign up for the internet, and you can bounce around with that. Okay, let's see. Cable, phone, internet at the shop is $249 a month here in Louisiana. Card Shop Reality. Yeah, that's I mean, you're running a business, so I understand you have to have it, but if there's any way to cut the cable out, I don't see why any of us need cable these days. You know, like over in Thailand, maybe I should do a separate video comparing the cost of living in the Philippines versus Thailand. But in Thailand, for $12 a month, the cable package that I had over there had like several movie channels, and it had Fox Sports 2, which the only reason that I say that is I had all the UFC fights for free on a $12 per month cable package. Now that's in Thailand. I don't know about here, but the only reason that I had that over in Thailand, $12 a month, was so I could watch all the UFC fights for free. And you know, obviously that's well worth it, because you know there's a time change. So UFC fights on this side of the world, they go down at like 8 in the morning, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning, unless they're in another country outside the US. So what I was having to do prior to getting the that $12 cable package, you got to get up in the morning at 7 a.m., get on the motorbike, get over to a bar that's showing it. Then you end up drinking, watching the UFC fight, and then you have to take a damn motorbike taxi home, go back and get your motorbike later, which that's all good and, you know, fine and good, but for 12 bucks a month and you get every UFC fight that comes across, how can you beat that? I mean, I think in the US you got to pay like $100 to watch a UFC event, something like that. So, all right, folks, I don't know. Okay, so I missed some comments here. I don't know why this thing stopped scrolling on me here. All right, so Eric says he's planning on moving here as soon as possible. All right, man, come on. The weather's beautiful. Everything's good. Okay, so Robert says he pays $160 for rent in San Juan, La Union. Shout out to you. $60 on utilities and $55 a month for 25 megs up and down. Okay, thanks for that, because that's probably more that's more reasonable. What he's paying, $160 for rent, $60 on the utilities, folks. That's a reasonable price to be living here in the Philippines. I have to tell on myself, you know, these last few places we've been at, we've splurged. This place here is so beautiful, and I have a great support network, and the location and my internet, everything lines up. That's why we're here. But I think the 160, what Robert's paying, is probably, like, if you're trying to set a budget and set a spreadsheet, I think that's reasonable that you could put, you know, just put 175 on there for your rent. You're going to be able to find a very nice place. And 60 on the utilities is very reasonable and doable, especially if you're living by yourself. You know, like I said, the reason our electric is so high is because Forrest G likes to sleep with the air con, so we're running that little air con unit too much. And I got about 28 gadgets stacked in over here, plugged in, you know, non-stop. So boom, we got Tom and Dennis checking in. Got an orange bar just got launched. Thank you very much, Dennis. Man, I hope you're doing good over in Canada. And I don't know if the weather is starting to turn cold over there. What are we? Almost mid-September? What's the weather doing over there, my friend? Because, folks, if you don't know, I mean, well, about a month ago, hell, I was over there in Montana. I wasn't too far from Diamond Dennis, but the word that I got was that the border was shut down, and I couldn't get across the border as a tourist to go up there and hang out with Dennis. So, all right, now Robert's saying he's got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, walking distance to the beach. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. You come here, you want the sun, you want the beach, you want, you know, to be able to enjoy that lifestyle, and you can certainly do it. You know, a lot of people send us messages, say, hey man, why aren't you living at the beach or in the Philippines? Well, folks, I'm not living at the beach, but I'm living near the beach. Now, I will agree that if you're not on the beach, you're not at the beach. I learned that living down in Florida. Unless your place is right on the beach or walking distance, nobody ever went to the damn beach, maybe once or twice a year. But we're living next to these beautiful mountains. We're close to Faye and Francis and Jason and all my friends and my support network here. And so that's why we're here. Yes, I could move right over to the beach. My buddy Dennis had a room. He was sending me photos of, you know, his room is right on the beach, water coming up, for 20,000 pesos a month. Boom! Brian Bergman, hard charging. Got an orange bar headed north. Thank you very much, my friend. Hope you're doing well, wherever you're at in the world. And let's see. All right, so Robert's saying, okay, San Juan is the surfing capital of the North, and he's been there since '08. You know, my friend, you know, we thought about, and once we're able to travel again, I mean, we are going to come up that corridor. You know, before this crap went down last year, we went up to 100 Islands, up in that area. And you know, even when I went up to San Antonio to Plundocket Beach, people up there were surfing. Now there ain't no surfing here on Subic Bay, but when I went to Plundocket, what, about an hour north of here, you had kids out there surfing on those beaches. All right, so let's see, anchors away. Live in a trailer park, pay $880 a month for mortgage and land rent. Okay, and I mean, I guess I would make the comment that that's, you know, for the U.S. I mean, like what's a one-bedroom apartment go for now in the U.S.? At least $1,000, $1,200 a month just to get maybe a one-bedroom apartment. So $880, man, you're probably doing well on that price point for the U.S. Let's see. All right, 1, 2, 3 from the Motor City, Detroit, up in the house. All right, so for some reason my comments aren't scrolling here. I'm gonna tell you, if you want stuff to go wrong, just fire up a YouTube live stream. But most of the time, something ain't gonna go your way. I guess that's in the entertainment business. I guess any type of live stream, things just don't always go right. All right, so we got 250 people here. All right, thanks for putting that across because I don't see it. So welcome everybody. And all I was doing, the purpose of this YouTube video is to talk about my water bill. 184 pesos, $3.78, United States currency. You know, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. There's 4 people here. We do a whole lot of cooking. I wish I could get my electric bill down. That would be awesome. All right, let's see. How many more days till I can go on a shopping trip? Okay, I'm off of my self-quarantine, home quarantine on Saturday. They tell you when you come in, you know, once you get the negative COVID test, now I just threw that word out there. Now my damn video is gonna have all them ads on there. You know, you gotta go home. Once you test negative, you come into Manila, you go to your hotel in Manila. If you didn't catch my video, which details this, you go to that hotel, you're locked down. Once the negative test comes back and you print out that quarantine certificate, you are free to go to your house. But you have to go straight to your house and you have to quarantine in your house for 14 days. Now, folks, I'm not complaining. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because I just tested negative. You know, I can assure you this, I'm the only guy here that can 100% say that I don't have the CBRV. Why? Because I'm the only motherfucker that took a real test. But I have to quarantine. Hey, I'm not complaining though. They allowed me to get a visa and come back and be with you know, my family here, my babies, and so I'm not complaining, but that's the procedure. On Saturday, I will have fulfilled all my obligations and I'll be free to roam. And if I can get across that bridge over there, if they allow me to get over in Barreto, I'm going to be doing some walking tours, some updates, pop into some of the bars over there, see how everybody's doing and what they're talking about. But right now, the only thing I know news is that Faye told me the big news is that a Jollibee opened right up the road, which way up there where that market is, they call that area Sawmill. Faye told me that there is a Jollibee, and I said a little small, you know, in a stall or something. She said no, it's a full-size Jollibee up there at Sawmill, and that's all I know. That's the only news I know because I ain't been here, and I gotta get out and about and give everybody an update on what's going on in Barrio Barreto. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, go back to the comments here. All right, free diver, so Boston. Okay, I'm retiring in Boston. Davao Oriental to continue my vlogging when I retire. All right, sounds good. Come on over, my friend. Let's see. Water, gas, and trash from Tim in Long Beach, California, $100 a month. $100 a month. Yeah, so got Montana up in the house. Boom! Diamond Dennis knocking out a gold bar. Boom! Daryl Lynn. It was like the 1-2 punch. Got a gold and a blue bar. Just got launched. Thank you very much, my friends, gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing well, wherever you're at in the world. Boom! Dennis Balin just keeps coming in with these folks. Just check out on the ceiling. The ceiling is getting heavy. Stacking the Legos up there. Thank you very much, my friends. Yeah, got Montana up in the house. Hey, folks, again, if you didn't see that video, I think I posted it. Yeah, I already posted it this morning. Lost my train of thought. About that dude in Montana who built that castle. And that castle is for sale. You know, I mean, I'm on this project to buy a private island, open up the Overstay Road Saloon, haberdashery, and bikini wax salon. And we have a very suitable island picked out down there, sort of north of Palawan, out there facing the South China Sea and the Chinese communists over there, so I can fuck with them. Folks, I've set a budget, almost $8.7 million for that project. That island is about half of that. Boom! Hawkeye football. Boom! Roger Griggs coming out of there. Got 2 bars headed north. Thank you very much, my friends. Boom! Rob Parks. What's up, King? Man, I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Everybody, thank you very much for the love and support. Headed north, stacking them Legos. So, yeah, if you haven't heard about that project, just go down below in the description, click on the GoFundMe page. It'll tell you all about this project. And, okay, so JX reporting that the castle is still for sale. It's still on the market in Montana. Folks, if we picked up that castle in Montana and put the saloon and everything there, me and Forrest G be up in that castle. We're in driving distance. You guys can come just hang out. It's on that river. And it's only like 700 grand. I mean, the island, that's going to cost us 3.5 million. Boom! Mark Richard coming in with the 2-tone gold bar, headed north. All right, Mark from Michigan, you and the girls drink bottled water as a tap water. Yeah, you can't drink the tap water here, my friend. You have to take the blue jug to the place that filters it. But really, those blue jugs at the filtration place, we really use those for cooking, and we buy the bottled water for drinking, especially because that's how she makes the baby's bottles and everything. So we buy the bottled water in the bigger jugs, and boom, Scotty P off the top ropes with a 2-tone gold bar headed north. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, so that is a good question about the water. You can't drink the tap water here. Boom! Redneck and P9. Man, what a great screen name there, because that pretty much, I mean, that is efficient advertising. When you read Redneck and P9, you know exactly who you guys are, my friends. I love it. Thank you very much. Got a green bar, just got launched. Are you guys here? Well, I don't know. You guys might be in America. You may be here in the Philippines. I don't know. So, Almost Famous says, try to make it tax deductible for the island. All right. And let's see. All right, so Ken says he's been in Cebu province for a year, and the cost of living is less than half from Montreal, Canada. Yeah, folks, in a lot of ways, the cost of living here is so much cheaper, but in some ways it's not. You know, somebody made a comment when I sent the ladies to the market, and they brought back like 6 tomatoes and 4 onions, whatever, and somebody said, you know, my goodness, the cost of vegetables here in Florida is a lot cheaper than that. And I thought about it, and I said, well, yeah, the food here is not really that much cheaper. Now, if you go to Thailand, and take for $3 in Thailand, the food in Thailand is definitely cheaper. It's definitely better. It's definitely fresher. So the food here, if you really look and compare, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, it's not cheaper than the U.S. Except for the fact that you're having to factor in transportation costs, and I'm not. Boom! Right parks. Get fucking my exercising and stopping the rice is impossible. Man, she made it 36 hours without rice, and she was like a crack fiend at the end of it. You couldn't hold her back anymore. At the end of it, when she had made the decision to go after that rice, if you said, no, baby, wait one more day, she would have fought you. So, nah, she can't. That's the longest, I think, in her life she's ever been without rice. It was at 36 hours, and she was just going on that challenge. Because I told her I was going to go back to drinking beer, but it was a fun challenge. Yeah, so back to the cost of vegetables. They're cheaper there in the States, but our transportation costs here are zero. Okay, right over my right shoulder, right over there, is a vegetable market there, and there's a vegetable market here. The lady on the bicycle right down here brings around chicken, sometimes pork, but mostly chicken and fish. So I can just holler off the side and say, hey, what kind of fish you got today? There's zero transportation costs, where when you crank up the Suburban and you roll out to the grocery store, you got to factor in how much that transportation cost is. A gallon of gas, the price of the vehicle, the depreciation of the vehicle, the oil, the maintenance. When you add all that stuff up, well, it is cheaper here, because all we're doing is burning calories and a little bit of tread on the bottom of the old lady's shoes to walk over there and pick up these vegetables. But yeah, the cost of a tomato in America is about the same as the cost of a tomato here. Probably even better in America, because you get a big old tomato, and here you get these little tiny tomatoes. Got that was Jason over there. Okay, so Sean says his total spending in the PI was about $1,400 per month for everything, and not too many spots in the States are that cheap for everything. Okay, that's a good point. 1,400. So, and Night RC, man, I drank all them Heinekens 2 days ago, brother. Them torpedoes are gone. They are gone. I'm already having a drink, seeing me light here. Yeah, so, damn, lost my train of thought. I was talking about tomatoes. Boom! Aaron Pitt off the top ropes with a, looks like you got a Jump Master badge on there, my friend. You got a gold, no, that's not gold, that's green bar headed north. Thank you very much for the support. Oh yeah, back to the $1,400 per month. Okay, I did a video before, because folks, you gotta understand, even though there's 600 videos on my channel and 1 million videos, okay, I get emails that just say, hey man, how much is your average monthly expenditures, right? I get these simple questions. And so what I did years ago, I come up with this 1, 2, 3 rule about cost of living in the Philippines or Thailand. Okay, if you come over here and you don't drink, you don't smoke, and you don't chase women, you can live here for $1,000 US per month. Okay, if you're gonna drink and smoke, you need $2,000. If you're gonna drink, smoke, chase women and party, you need $3,000. So it's a 1, 2, 3 rule, and you have to figure out which guy are you. All right, if you're gonna come over here and you got a steady girlfriend or a wife or whatever, and you're just gonna sit around in the village, over time, I think it averages out to $1,000 per month. And you can say, well, fool, you were living in a $28 per month with, $8 electric bill. Yes, my entire expenditures at that point in life was roughly $50 a month. But if you factor in everything else, you know, going to immigration, paying for your I-card, paying to extend your visa, transportation, when you pop into Cebu City, you know, if you're living on an island somewhere, you're gonna hit TGI Fridays and spend a couple thousand pesos because you're just craving that cheeseburger. You know, somebody dies back in the States, boom, that's a $1,500 round trip, little trip that you got to get on and go back to the States. Over time, that's why I put 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000 on it. And when I say 1,000, folks, that's living local. That's living local over time. You can live no problems for 1,000 a month. Can you live cheaper than that? Of course you can. But you're not factoring in all of the emergencies, the unexpected trips to the United States, the unexpected trips to the embassy. You know, you're living on some island somewhere. There's no immigration there to extend your visa. So say you're living on, let me just give you for an example. Say you're living on Malapascua Island, which is a little island. It's north of Cebu, which is famous, you know, for diving with thresher sharks. You're living on this little beautiful island. You know what it takes to renew your visa? Unless somebody knows something I don't. Okay, it's a ferry to the mainland, 4-hour bus ride down to Cebu City, go to immigration down there, and then repeat the process. That's not free. Okay, so when you factor in all these things, folks, you want to know how much it costs to live here. 1,000 if you don't drink or smoke, chase women. 2,000 if you sit at home and drink and smoke. And 3,000 if you're going to drink, smoke, chase women, and be over here in these bars every night. That's what you need. A nice round figure. Boom! Rob Parks again off the top ropes. Thank you very much, my friend. Got a blue bar headed north. Let's see. Yeah, people talking about weed on here. Yeah, listen, folks. Southeast Asia, other countries, it's not Colorado. It's not, you're not in Colorado. I can understand if you're living in Colorado or California where, you know, weed is legal. It's legal, it's not an issue. Understand that other countries around the world have not adopted, you know, weed ain't no big deal. You don't want to come over here, anywhere in Southeast Asia, and get caught with any type of illegal substance. Your ass is fucking, you're done. So if you're one of them guys in Colorado who likes to smoke it up every night, it's legal, you're abiding by the fucking law over there, you don't want to come here and try that shit every night because somebody's going to dime you out at some point and it's going to cost you a ton of money to get out of trouble. So if you're a big weed smoker, Southeast Asia is not for you if you don't want to take a risk on getting your ass, you know, put in the slammer. Now, you know, if you're a risk taker, well, by all means, fucking knock it out. But that's my advice, folks. Don't come to Southeast Asia. Do any type of illegal drugs, anything like that. If you come over here, this is your vice. Boom. All right, so Gary Branch checking in, Upper Mile, 1977 Marine Corps. Now, folks, I did a video on the Upper Mile. I don't know if you guys saw that. I had to pull that video down for, there's a big long backstory behind why I had to pull that video down. But I had to pull the video. That's going to be one of my first stops. Once I get off of this and I can get back over to the base, I'm going to do another big long walking tour of the Upper Mile. If you saw that video, folks, all those huts, all those Quonset huts, they're in perfect shape. They're in beautiful shape. Now they're starting to do some construction over there, but you know, there's all those huts are just basically in the middle of that jungle. The jungle's slowly taking them over. But I mean, you could literally go in there today, clear out that jungle, and you can move troops into those huts. And to be honest, I don't know why they didn't turn that into like a quarantine facility. Would have been perfect. Over there, middle of the base, away from everybody. The fucking huts are in great shape. And, you know, I don't know, just a cool facility. Shout out to my buddy, who took me over there and showed me that place. And again, it's the upper mount. And the lower mount, I think from what I remember, that's already been torn down. I think most of it or all of it. But we went to the upper mount with all those huts over there, you know, and how many hundreds of thousands of you guys filtered through that on the way to Vietnam, coming back from Vietnam, you know, being stationed over here, you know, doing training on a float. But I will repost that video. It's the upper mount video, that camp over there on SBMA, the old Subic Bay Naval Base. Okay. All right. So, all right. For health insurance as a tourist, I bought the health insurance before I went to the PI, and then renew it if you're staying here for longer. Folks, I'm not, you know, people ask me that question too. I'm not an expert on the health insurance. I have had some experience with it where boom, Pardeep Singh off the top ropes, got a blue bar, just got launched. Thank you very much, my friend. Hope you're doing well, wherever you're at in the world. The insurance, I mean, insurance companies are very similar the world over, right? So if you're like 65 years old, you may or may not be able to get a health insurance policy in Southeast Asia, okay? The insurance company that I was dealing with, my buddy was dealing with, what have you, they denied him for the health insurance, but he was able to get an accident policy. Now, you're talking like $300 a year. And so if anybody was coming over here, whether they, obviously, if you got money, get the damn insurance, right? But if you're on a budget, I would at least get the accident policy, because pretty much they'll give it to anybody. It's about $350 a year. Don't quote me on that, but that's what this situation was for a 65-year-old dude. And that way, if you fall off a damn motorbike, you know, damn jeepney gets into a crash, whatever, all that shit's gonna be covered. I can't testify here, but in Thailand, when he went to use that shit and they handed the card, it cost him nothing. And it would have been several $1,000s had he not had the accident insurance. What do they call it? Not accidental death, but it's you know, not the health insurance, but if it's an accident. So if you come here to live, I recommend that only because it's cheap and it's gonna cover those unexpected things. You know, somebody fucking rolls a tricycle and you're in that motherfucker. So I definitely recommend that. And all right, Jeffrey says get a car. Okay, why don't I have a car? I mean, everybody asks me that. Family and friends back in the States cannot even fathom why I don't have a car. Because in America, I mean, let's be honest, before I left America, I couldn't understand how a person could live without a car, because I'm an American and we're a car culture. So having a car in Southeast Asia is just really an extreme luxury. Okay, you have to follow me here. If I want to go anywhere, Subic or to Olongapo, that's my radius of anywhere I would go. I send a text to Jason, he pulls up out front. Okay, I pay him. All right, I'm supporting his family. I have zero liability. If he crashes into somebody in a tricycle, that's between him. It's locals versus locals. I can drink. All right, he helps me with whatever we're doing, right? It's all good. Do you know how many tricycle rides I could pay for if I went and bought a car? I could, the amount of buying a car, I could pay for chauffeured trike rides for fucking years, and I have zero liability. Now, you may have a different experience, but you know, living in Thailand, living in places like this, predominantly, if you're the foreign guy and you get into a crash with a local, it's your fault and you're gonna pay. Not always, but a lot of times that's the way it works. So you're living on this $1,000 per month budget, and you got a car, and you got everything budgeted on your pension, and then boom, you run into Joe Blow's piece of shit tricycle out here, and all of a sudden you're buying him a brand new tricycle. You're paying for his fucking medical bills, and there ain't nothing wrong with him. That's the way it works. How do you eliminate? I don't even want to use the term mitigate. How do you eliminate it? Like my buddy Don from Thailand, about 80 years old now, I think. He said, don't drive anything in Southeast Asia with a motor, period. As long as you don't drive anything with a motor, you have zero liability. Drive your fucking bicycle or walk. You run over somebody with a bicycle, I mean, come on. There ain't gonna be no huge fucking lawsuit. But if you drive anything with a motor, you get into a crash, realize you're gonna lose, that money's coming out of your pocket, and if you've budgeted tight on your pension, it's gonna fucking wipe you out. Now you're back in America, and you're the fucking door greeter at Walmart trying to pay for that shit. So don't say I didn't warn you. Now with that said, in Thailand, I do have a motorbike. I do take that risk with a motorbike, but not a car. Over here, I don't need a car. If I wanna go to Manila, it's one phone call. Hey, Dom, pick me up. Boom, Dom picks me up, takes me to Manila. That simple. I'm supporting his family and his business, and I have zero liability. I know exactly how much I'm paying for transportation. I don't give a shit if the damn thing breaks down, has a flat tire, gets into a crash. That's not on me, that's on them, that's their business, and I'm helping their families by doing that. Now with that said, I have looked at some electric vehicles, because the electric vehicles here, starting to get more popular. And with most of the electric vehicles, the way I understand it, you don't have to have a license, right? If it doesn't go over a certain speed, or I don't know what. Basically, you don't have to have a license. You get one of these little three-wheel trikes. Boom! Button this! Texas man 127. All right, man. I got an orange bar headed north. Thank you very much, my friend. Hope you're doing well wherever you're at in the world. But these little electric trikes, they got like a, I don't know, 30, 40 mile range. There is nowhere that I would go between Subic and Olongapo longer than that. I could literally buy one of these electric trikes. I don't need a license. I can fit everybody in there, and I can go where I want to go. And you can get one for about $1,000. The gentleman I saw, maybe it's on the video I'm about to post, but he rolled through, him and his wife, with a three-wheel trike, electric, and about $1,000. That can get you anywhere you want to go. So I've considered getting one of those, but as far as getting a vehicle, I don't want the liability. I just really don't. Okay, Grab is on time. There you go. Absolutely. In Manila, you hear these horror stories about dealing with the cabs, and they're absolutely true. The cab drivers in Manila, they got a fucking hard job. My heart goes out to them, but a lot of them are predatory on your ass. Grab. If you're in Manila, you fire up a Grab. If you're in Angeles City, you fire up a Grab. Too damn easy. So the cost of buying a car, insurance, the wear and tear, the oil, the gas, all that, here, you're not going to come out. Here, if you buy a car, it's just so you have a car sitting in the driveway and everybody thinks you're rich and say, oh, the foreign guy's got a nice car. It's just not a requirement here. Totally different than being in the U.S., All right, so, LOOHC, Philippines is the best country, period. Man, there's pros and cons to everywhere in the world, my friend. But the Philippines, it is a wonderful country. We just need to get past this current situation that we're in. Get past this craziness and open this place back up, because the economy certainly needs your tourism dollars. Certainly needs to get back to that. And it is a beautiful place. folks, over 7,107 islands. That's the number they use, but there's more than that. So beautiful place, so many beautiful islands. And how can you beat this weather? How can you beat this weather? I'm sitting here working on my tan. I realize we're mid-September now, so coming up on the cold months in America. And see, when you live in the tropics, you forget about the seasons. There really aren't any seasons. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit cooler in the winter, but this is my uniform. Okay, when you move to the tropics, literally, you can have a pair of shorts and nothing else. That's your daily uniform. It don't change. And when you live here long enough, you forget that people in the States or in the West and other countries are sitting there by the fireplace in December because you're at the beach and you don't even realize it's Christmas. And then oh man, damn man, it's 2 feet of snow on the ground over there in America, and I'm over here at the beach. This is my uniform of the day. So, all right. So Jeff says total monthly expenses 180,000. Is that 180,000 pesos, or are you living somewhere like Beverly Hills, 180,000 US? You might be big balling. I don't know, man. Let's see. Yeah, Jeff says he's got his uniform. I mean, folks, getting up, getting a shower, and getting dressed, tucking my shirt in, getting dressed puts me in the mindset to work 8 to 12 hours that day. It's my psychology from living in the U.S., right? But the thing about it is, it's hot. So if I get up and get dressed, I'm hot all day. This, I'm comfortable. But, trying to get yourself in the mindset of sitting down at a computer and doing 8 to 12 hours worth of work, and you don't got to get dressed. I mean, I'm not even wearing fucking underwear right now. I don't think I put underwear on in like 4 or 5 days. I'm just wearing my bathing suit with the, just fucking free balling it. Goddamn commando. And when I get hot, I go over there to 4th G's little hot tub and splash some water on my head. I'm cooled off. I don't got to run the air count. Boom! Daryl Lynn off the top ropes with a blue bar headed north. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Okay, so question from Bearded Patriot about the VA in Manila. No, I don't really know much of anything about how the VA works here. Now, if I could get my buddy Dennis to go on a video with me, he's a subject matter expert. Oh, strong. Well, Times Square is a flurry of activity these days. But yeah, I get a lot of those questions too. I'm not an expert on that. Maybe I'll try to get Dennis to sit down on a video and talk about it. How the RAO works in Angeles and here and the mail and all that stuff. I do have people that I know who are subject matter experts on all that, but if I started talking about it, my friend, I'd just be talking hearsay. Okay, am I out of quarantine yet? No, on Saturday I'll be out of quarantine. I'm gonna do a walking tour. Hopefully I make it over to Barrio Barreto. Alright folks, if you're just joining me, the purpose of this video is to talk about my water bill, 184 pesos, which is $3.78 in US dollars. Here at the penthouse suite, little small 2-bedroom, 1-bath condo. Basically 4 people here all the time. We're coming in about $4. $4 a month on my water bill. My goodness. So when the light bill comes in, I'll do the same thing. I'll fire up a live stream, talk about my light bill, but it's roughly 150 bucks per month. But I don't want you to use that as a gauge because we're using electricity excessively. We don't need to have 150. We're not required. We should not have a $150 a month light bill, but we do. because we're running that damn air conditioner when we sleep. So I'll talk about that when it comes in. So Gary, checking in from Southwest Iowa. I'm jealous of you, brother. Bring back memories of when I was there in 77, 78, 79 with the 7th Fleet. Remember drinking Mojo in a bar with Marine buddies. Best buzz ever. Yeah. You know what, man? Like I've said before, it's so cool. So many times I've been in Barrio Barreto, sitting there with my beer. You know, somebody will come sit down at the bar and be like, hey, man, I watch your videos, and they tell me the story. Same story. Man, the last time I was here in 1977, me and my buddies were at that building over there. It used to be this bar. You know, not everybody wants to be on YouTube. It's like, you know, some people don't want their stories recorded like that. But, you know, like the one guy said, he said, man, the first night I got here, I got into the base, you know, something about he just threw his gear on the bunk, and his buddy said, hey, man, come on, let's go. Next thing you know, he's in Barrio Barreto. Now, he ain't been at the base. He hasn't even officially checked in. Buddies brought him over to Barreto. He's got no idea where the hell he's at. And his buddies get fucking drunk and grab some girls, and they end up somewhere, some room on the fucking beach. And the sun's coming up, and he's just like, where the fuck am I? I got to report in tomorrow. You know? And so you hear all these fucking stories. Boom! Got Diamond Dennis off the top ropes with a 2-tone gold bar headed north on time. Raptors thump the Celtics. All right. So, yeah, thank you very much, my friend. So anyway, man, I've heard all these stories. And man, I can't remember your name, but I remember your story. You were on one of the last diesel boats that there was. And a dude told me that diesel boat was always breaking down. And so something broke on the diesel boat. They limped in to Subic Bay, and it was so fucked up, it was going to take like 6 months worth of repairs or some shit like that. So he said basically they started out, they had a formation every day, and then the formation went to like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then it just went to like every Friday there was a formation. Them motherfuckers were here running wild for 6 months, and all they had to do was fucking show up for a formation on Friday because that damn diesel boat was so fucked up and they were trying to get it back in service. Boom! Right there, off the top ropes. Hey, King, is that dude Xi Jinping made a deposit in your account yet? Let us know. Man, that's a good question, Rod. Thank you very much. Thanks for the question, man. I'm still waiting on that bastard to make that deposit. He owes me several million, and if he comes through, we'll shut down the GoFundMe page and go ahead and buy that island. But, you know, I'm sure word's got back to that motherfucker by now that I'm trying to buy that island over there where I can challenge his fucking shitheads over there on Fiery Cross Reef. You know, we'll fire up the one Muff Diver 2. Got triple 250 Honda 4-strokes hanging off the back of that shit. Put about 5 goddamn big ass coolers of beer, and we're just gonna fucking do circles around Fiery Cross Reef. You know, flying Old Glory and telling the fucking Chinese communists to get the fuck out of here. That's what we're gonna do. No, that motherfucker, he ain't paid up yet, man, but I'm not letting him off the hook. You know, I'm gonna show up down there at the damn Chinese embassy down in Manila, and I'm gonna serve them with a fucking invoice. I think we're at 17, 18 million now. That motherfucker owes me. Because of this mess, depriving me of being with my little baby girl for 6 months of her life as a child. How can you put a price on that? Motherfuckers. Boom! Goon accolades off the top ropes with a green bar headed north. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. So, alright, folks. Alright, got Helena, Montana checking in. Folks, I love Montana. Check out that video. Check out that video about the castle. No, it's not in the description because I just fired up this live stream. check out the castle. It's in Darby, Montana. It is for sale. If I had 700 grand right now, I'd go over there and buy it. Use that place for a studio. Invite you guys over to hang out, spend the night. It's on a river, on the Bitterroot River. Wow, what a cool place. In Darby, Montana, that's where Yellowstone is filmed, part of it, at the Chief Joseph Ranch in Darby. Now, a lot of Yellowstone, I guess, was filmed over in Utah, but supposedly season 4 is going to be exclusively filmed in Montana, I assume over there in Darby. But yeah, it'd be cool as hell for us to buy that castle over there and just have like an open door policy. Anybody that wants to come over and hang out, spend the night, there's plenty of fucking room over there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hell, we can stack hundreds of people in there. But check out that video. Interesting story about the old man who, and I use that term lovingly, old dude who built the place. Okay, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this live stream before my iPhone does a thermal shutdown, because that sun is getting a little bit warmer. And I'm just gonna say thanks for everybody for joining me on this live stream. Thanks everybody last night for joining me on the live stream. And let's see, Houston, Indiana, Las Vegas checking in. Baguio City. Okay. Yeah, I forget to ask you guys, if you could just click that thumbs up button. I always forget about that. Just click the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to our channel, folks. Food, beer, visas. I'm in the Philippines right now. Bad behavior, beautiful women. Sometimes I get drunk, do stupid shit, and everything else in between. Alright, got California checking in Jackson Lake, Georgia. Did the eggs hatch? They ain't hatched yet. We got a few more days on the eggs, but unfortunately, the old lady's reporting a bad smell coming from the incubator, the homemade incubator. If you haven't checked that out, there's a video on it. So what I'm going to do, I don't know which one. There's obviously one that didn't make it, right? It fucking smells like rotten egg in there. But I don't know which one it is. I don't want to mess with them too much, so I'm just going to let it go until the expected hatch date, until their due date. And then I'm just going to, you know, whichever one's hatched, they're alive, the rest of them, okay. But I don't know which one it is. I don't want to mess with it. But hopefully within a few days, we're going to have little baby ducks hatching. I'm going to put them over there in Force G's hot tub, let them play with the ducks. And, you know, after a few days, I'll take them over to Jason's place. Jason's got a bunch of ducks over there. So, Las Cruces, New Mexico. I love New Mexico. I got pissed off when I was out there because of the fucked up governor and his fucking lockdowns and threatening me and businesses. If I don't wear that fucking diaper on my face, they're going to charge me, you know, $500 and charge the business $1,000. You know, big fuck you to the governor of fucking New Mexico. You're taking a beautiful state with beautiful people. Motherfucker, you're done. Get the fuck. You might as well resign right now. Governor of New Mexico, just go ahead and resign. Get the fuck out of there. Fucking bastard. Alright, so, alright folks, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to do more live streams because my MacBook Pro is about to take a shit. I mean, I guess when you chop like 500 4K videos that are an hour long with like 3 hours of footage compressed down to an hour, it's not real good for the graphics card, the processor, or the fucking hard drive. I mean, folks, when that thing's burning videos, processing videos, it gets so hot you can fry an egg on that motherfucker. Yeah, I could drop the footage down to 1080. I like shooting 4K though. But this thing, like yesterday, it took me all day long to edit a 1 hour video. I just kept fighting it and fighting it and fighting it. And I'd given the iPad Pro to wife number one. I said, baby, I got to take the iPad Pro back. I got to go back to editing on the iPad Pro because it's newer. It's actually faster than that MacBook Pro. But yeah, the MacBook Pro is about to take a shit. And I said, well, Just fire up fucking live streams. Just put the cell phone on the tripod, go live, and then I don't have to fight all day long with the computer chopping the video. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Thanks for everybody for joining me. Thanks for everybody who supports our channel. And check out the new t-shirt over on Teespring. The new t-shirt on Teespring is going to help fund the purchase of this private island. And it's basically wife number one riding old Roscoe, the attack carabao. Now, in the graphic, Roscoe looks a little mean, but it's because he's patrolling the beaches of King Marcos Island looking for Chinese Navy vessels, and he's in attack mode. So when you look at that graphic on the t-shirt, you don't get scared. But Roscoe's in attack mode, so he look a little mean. The old lady's flying the flag. But go over to Teespring. Just search Overstay Road Saloon. It'll come up, folks. I don't even know if I got a link down there. Everybody have a good night, wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call Earth. And I'll see you guys on the next one.